Hello my lovely stitchers, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Katie and welcome back to my Flosstube. This is going to be episode number 3. Today's date is Saturday the 4th of April and I am so excited to share with you my progress from this week because I have done a lot of stitching, believe it or not. I can't believe how much I've actually crammed in this week stitching wise. Also at the end of this video I'm going to be sharing with you a mini haul. I'd say a mini haul, but there's actually been quite a lot of things I think that I've bought this week, including the historical sampler company kit, which I was waiting for, and it literally came on the release date, so I'm very happy. So grab yourself a cup of tea and get cozy because we are just gonna dive right into it. So as ever, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for all of your support recently on this channel. It really does mean a lot and I love connecting with people. I love talking to people about stitching and just meeting people who have similar interests to me. And yeah, I just want to share with you what I get up to, and yeah, I'm really glad I started this journey as an addition to this hobby. Also been doing quite a lot of traveling. We've been to see new things, new experiences, one of them being Paradise Country. I'll put a little photo here for you so you can see what that's been about. It's just a mini farm basically. There isn't a lot there. They have koalas, some kangaroos, meerkats, but we didn't see any meerkats for some reason. It's just a little mini farm with absolutely beautiful views, and it was a very hot day as well. So yeah, I'm going to show you a picture of the koala that I got. It's the closest I've ever been to a koala, so I was very happy about that. And they were also awake this time, so we went like during a good time during the day. And then to top it off in the evening, we went to the Australian Spectacular Outback. I'll put a photo here. We couldn't take many photos whilst the show was on because they didn't want any flash photography, but it was absolutely amazing. There was horses, there was wild horses, there was cattle, and I did it all whilst eating a 3-course meal, which wasn't too bad in itself. So that was amazing. I'm going to make sure my tea doesn't go cold as well today. You always got to have a cup of tea. So this week I've had a total of 6 out of 7 stitchy days, which is still really good. One day in particular I didn't stitch because me and my other half were both off together, so that was the day we went to Paradise Country and the Outback Spectacular show, so that was good. And I've worked on a total of 4 projects which I will show you shortly. I'm very excited to show you. And this week I have stitched a total of 3,834 stitches, which is almost like 2,000 stitches more than last week, which I'm really actually very chuffed about. And like I said, I can't believe how much I actually crammed into last week. So considering, I think that's still very good. So yeah. Let's get on to the project. Excuse the damp hair, by the way. I have just had a shower and it was hair wash day as well. So there we go. So my first project I'm going to show you is Year in Stitches by CaterpillarCrossStitch. Remember last week I showed you like the white fabric that I'd already been doing, and I started in the center and I wasn't quite happy with that. So I started again and I showed you, I think, up until January 6th. So I'll show you where I was up to last time. That's that one, and here is where I'm up to now. I had to stop because I ran out of some thread, and it was crucial that I had that because for like the 26 to 30 degree start I'd run out of that color, so I just had to stop, unfortunately. But I'm really happy with how this one is looking. Granted, I started in top left hand side this time, but I'm also aware I didn't quite leave as much around the edges, so I'm not sure about that one. But as far as like progress goes, super happy with how this one's turning out. You can't actually see the like purple tie-dye of this fabric, but I love it. So yeah, that is my weekly stitch. I have done 903 stitches on that project this week, and I've stitched it 2 times due to not having enough thread to continue. So it's also on 14 count DMC fabric that is purchased at Spotlight Australia. Spotlight Australia is just literally like our Hobbycraft in the UK. So before I came here, I was like, okay, where can I get my cross stitching supplies? And everyone recommended Spotlight. Well, our travel agent did. So yeah. As I said last week as well, I decided to use my own colours to represent the weather. It's going to be really interesting, I think, when I get back to the UK, and especially in like the colder countries that we go to on the way back home, I'll be able to see the difference when it goes from hot to cold. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, no cold colours chosen just yet because I don't feel like there's a need to. But yeah, and sadly I'm not up to date with this one, but I should be by next week's video, so I'm looking forward to that. So the next project that I want to share with you is the new sale that Caterpillar Cross Stitch has released, which is called Stellar Signs. Part 1 was released on Thursday the 26th of March UK time, but I didn't get this one until the next day because I was at work and I was already doing Festive Fridays. So I actually didn't start this one until Sunday the 29th of March. So here's a picture of the part 1 release, what it will look like when I've completed part 1. And here is where I'm up to now. Again, sorry about the crinkles. I don't have an iron traveling with me. I absolutely had to snap this one up straight away when I saw the next sale was going to be zodiac signs, because I really enjoy when I meet new people, especially I like to know like their personality traits, and if I'm getting along with that person, I like to know if my star sign is compatible with theirs. So yeah, I love this one. So as you can see, I've completed Leo, and before this video I was just starting down here on the Virgos here. I'm also a Virgo, so this is very close to home, and my tally counter says I've done 162 stitches already on this part this morning, so it's coming along really nicely. I'm really enjoying this one. This one, I've done 1,290 stitches this week. So yeah, I'm very happy with the progress recently. I stitched it 4 times this week. And this project is also been stitched on 14 count Zweigart Ada in white. I do need to venture out to like 16 count Ada and 18 count Ada, I think, just to make it more challenging for myself, but I think that would just come with time. So that is Stellar Signs by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. 2 is going to be released the 23rd of April UK time, so I'm looking forward to that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the right date. Have a swig of tea. Lovely. My next project to show you guys is Happiness is Homemade by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Here's a picture of what it will look like when it's done, and here is a picture of where I was last time, and here is where I am up to now. Let's just see if I can get it in the right. I'm just going to give you an overview. Hopefully you can see that. So I've been working mainly on the banner at the top, and I'm really happy with that because I think the banner takes the longest to get to, because you always start in the middle and who knows when you're going to get to the top basically. So I did the 3 letters PINN, which is almost spelling out happiness. So yeah, I have stitched 367 stitches on this week, and I've only stitched it once, but I wanted to make sure that I got some progress in this one just to keep it moving, but I'm really enjoying it. It's stitched on 14 count Zweige Ada in white. That is my progress on Happiness is Homemade. I'm going to share with you my plans as well towards the end of this video, because when more sales get released and I start stitching them, I can then start to plan my year in stitching, because I first start stitching the released parts and then anything around that I stitch. So if I haven't got anything to do, I might go on a backlog stitch or anything like that, basically. I hope that makes sense, by the way. So my last project to show you is Dash Away by CaterpillarCrossStitch as well. This is my festive Friday stitch. It's stitched every Friday. Here's a picture of what it will look like when it's done. I'm actually really enjoying stitching on Christmas on Fridays at the moment, because it just, you know, it just gives you a bit more variety. And, you know, if you want things done for Christmas, then it's a really good opportunity to take stitching festive Friday. So here's a picture of where I was up to last time. And here is where I am up to now. Hopefully you can see that okay. So obviously I didn't have all of Prancer finished last time. And I said to myself, well, if I only get like a couple hundred stitches in, I at least want to make sure that Prancer is finished, so that it just shows another name and more progress, basically. And that was my goal. I have stitched 710 stitches this week, and I've stitched it twice since my last video. So that Friday and yesterday. It's stitched on 14 count Zweige Ada, and yeah, it just makes me feel so Christmassy when I do this one. And I also managed to start shaping another name up here, as you can see. I think I got something like 400 stitches in yesterday. We really weren't doing a lot and I had to work, so I'm very, very happy about that. And then I'm going to tell you about a new design that I'm going to be kitting up this weekend and hopefully starting next week, which I'm very excited about. Here is the design that I'm going to be doing. It's called My Garden is My Happy Place by AutumnAndrea, and I got this pattern on Etsy. I'm going to do it as a leaving present for our hosts when we leave Australia, and they are really into their gardening. They like growing, you know, fruits. I'm not sure fruits, but definitely they like growing vegetables. And it was actually my other half that suggested this piece, and I said okay. So I got the fabric from Spotlight as well. I don't know how easily you can see, but again, another beautiful tie-dye fabric. Again, this is 14 count by DMC Fabric. And the size of this project is 168 times 215 stitches, which I calculated at 36,120 stitches, if that makes sense. So it is quite a big project, and I've got about until I'd say October at the very latest to finish. So I've got about 6 months to start and complete. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'll give it a good go. And it's another excuse to start a new project. So yeah, I'm excited about it, but I think it will take me quite a bit. And I think I'm just gonna focus on my weekly stitches, the sales and that one, and just put Happiness is Homemade to bed for a little bit. So yeah, we will see how that goes. The plans for the next 2 weeks at least is to focus on my temperature chart, getting up to speed with that definitely. The Stella Signs Sale by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and to start, My Garden is My Happy Place with the design I purchased on Etsy. I'm also going to be bobbinating a lot, and you'll see why in a second. I just think bobbinating is a whole nother hobby in itself, because you have to sit there and wind. I quite like it because it's really satisfying to see the results afterwards, and then you get to use them. And I am going to make a big announcement, and I can't go back now. I am stitching from my stash. There has been quite a lot of purchasing recently. Obviously, I'm still waiting for my Letty Stitch kit, which is absolutely fine. But from now until we go home, I don't think there'll be a lot of spending on full kits, unless the exception is unless it's a new sale that's been released, and unless I need to replace any threads. So until then, I'm just going to be keeping up with the sales and using what I have, and hopefully no more spending. Lovely. Okay, we are now on to our spotlight haul. Well, it's not really spotlight, but yeah, I've been mainly buying from Spotlight. As you can see, I'm just emptying the little paper bag. I can't remember when I got this bit of the haul, what day that was. But to start with, I got some, I don't really need this, but I wanted it. I've got some birch embroidery scissors, which I'm very excited about using. So that's that one. And I got some spare needles. These are size 24, which I think is what I basically use in the Caterpillar Cross Stitch projects. So yeah, I've got some spare needles, and also I got some spare B5 200. Don't really know how to show these, but yeah, I've got B5 200. I did say that right. 3 of those. These are $1.20, which is 60p in the UK. So it's really not a lot, and I just think that's fabulous. And for my garden is my happy place, I also got some spare bobbins. I have some pip and chip clear ones back in the UK, but just as I'm traveling, I've got to have these basically, and then I can sort everything out when I'm back in the UK. And then you got lots of threads, so many. I think there's about 40 colors here, but this is also including for my temperature chart, because I ran out of colors for that. So they're including for that project, and of course my garden is my happy place. So that is that. And then we finally have the Historical Sampler Company sale project, which is Happiness is Homemade. I am absolutely blown away by this packaging. So in January they released a sale, and I did kit up for that one, but I never got round to doing it because I was doing other bits, and I never got their kit. So this is actually my first kit from them, and it's just beautiful. As you can see, I've already opened it, but look how sleek that looks, and it wasn't bent when it arrived, which was perfect. The project has already started. The sale's already started, so I'm going to be starting this within the next week as well. And I was also just so impressed with how this came. The fabric is beautiful. It's on 16 count Ada. I don't think they offer 14 count, but I just think it's a really good idea for me to just sort of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and stitch on something different. So yeah, I'm really excited to start that one soon. And I think I'll be purchasing some more stuff from Historical Sampler Company because the quality is just incredible. So, my lovelies, that is actually everything that I've got for you today. I've been so looking forward to chatting with everyone, showing you my progress and my mini haul because I haven't really touched it since I bought it. I just put it to one side so that I could show you guys. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed today's video and I will see you next week for my next floss tube. Happy stitching!